Hello, I'm Mark Stringer, Dean of Music and Performing Arts at ISA. It's best to start as soon as possible, so ideally you would start to learn an instrument when you're in primary school. Some people start a little bit later and do very well, but the sooner the better. If it's going to be working with someone who wants to go into it as a career, the course will be more intense. But there are many people who go on to have careers in very different areas who just love music and play to a very high standard, even almost a professional standard. An amateur will practice something until they can play it, and as a professional, you have to be able to practice something until it can't go wrong. Well, the most important thing is you've got to be really passionate and love music, because it's going to be your life. And then, of course, you need to be as skilled as possible, and you need to work very hard, put in hours to practice or prepare to develop your skills. One of the most important things is that you've got a great ear. So that's key to develop your ability, your auditory skills. We cover all aspects of musical training, so one-to-one coaching in their instrument or voice. We teach them about contextual studies, which I prefer to use rather than history of music, so they understand what they're playing, they understand what it would have been like to listen to the music, who would have listened to it, why it was written. And we also focus on what we call the theory of practice. It should be relevant, what you learn about music theory, to the performance skills, so you understand how music's constructed and understand the technical aspects of composing and how chords and melodies work. This is so exciting. ISA signed a strategic partnership agreement with the Guangzhou Symphony Orchestra. The relationship that we're working on is where the musicians, the orchestral players, will come to teach ISA students and work with them. The orchestral musicians will work on developing and coaching ensembles, so nurturing the performance skills of the young students here so they can play in different combinations of instruments. For a performer, they will be expected to record video performances and send those in, and then probably do a live audition as well if they get through the first stage. Composers likewise will need to send in their work. Preferably they'll send in scores, video recordings of their performances of their works as well. And then they need to prepare for an interview. We've had students going to places like the Royal Academy of Music, so I think most students are interested in going either to the UK, so thinking about places like the Royal Academy of Music, the Royal College of Music, Guildhall School of Music and Drama, Trinity, Laban, the Royal Northern, the Royal Birmingham Conservatoire, and of course the Royal Scottish Academy. But there are also, of course, the institutions in the US, so Juilliard, Manhattan School of Music, Berkeley. The important thing is to get the right institution for each student. It's not always about applying to the most prestigious conservatoire. There has to be a really good fit. There are, of course, other areas to go into. We've talked about composers. There are all sorts of kinds of composition you can do now, jingles for computer games, as well as writing symphonies or film music and more commercial music. So there's many opportunities as a teacher, working in schools, in private practice. So I think there are many, many opportunities. It's certainly worth considering a career in music.